Gabe Flores. For many years, Gabe was an active member of the Inside the Walls inmate Catholic community at the McConnell Unit, otherwise known as the MAC, in Beeville, Texas. Gabe, several of your friends at the MAC say hi, but Buck, Gemini, Derek, and Winslow also provided a few warnings that we need to share with the folks here. First, they warned us not to let you within a city block of a platter of donuts or just consider them all gone, especially if they're donut holes. Second, if you're having mass, they warned that Gabe may not be the right guy to be announcing the hymns. They tell about a story that Gabe was scheduled to announce the communion hymn, Pan de Vida, bread of life. All of us know that one. But what came out of his mouth was Pan de Dulce, Mexican sweetbread. That episode is still a legend at the McConnell Unit. And they also agreed that regardless of the situation, they could always depend on Gabe for his big smile. So remember, Gabe, come on up here. We're going to share a few questions. God bless you.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Like I said, my name is Gabriel Flores. For many years, I was known as Big Gabe. I served 22 and a half, 23 years in prison. All right. By the grace of God, I'm here today. It's a blessing and an honor. It truly is. I'm grateful for that. So this ministry had a big impact in my life, huge, because for years, being in prison that time, as the father was saying, man, and the prison's a dark place. We know that, but it wasn't. Well, God finds ways to open doors and to reach out and touch you. Right? We all have a purpose, and I ran from mine for many years. I'm probably still running from it because I'm still trying to figure it out. But one thing was for sure, man, that God really wanted me to change my ways and to be His son again, And it's ironic because my eyes were opened because of my son. Right? He couldn't make it today. He tried. He registered. His back was bothering him. He couldn't get it today. But when he was a child, my son's 25 years old right now. So he grew up. I missed his whole life. I grew up with him, in prison. Our relationship was based in there. And one day when we were having a visit there in prison, man, up in West Texas and Lamesa, Texas, I didn't care. I was a knucklehead. I was reckless. I was, I was a prisoner, and I was living that lifestyle. And so one day we're there at visit, and it's a visit. It's a non-contact visit. So we're behind glass, and the reason for it being behind glass was because I was misbehaving. I wasn't doing right, and my son, he's small at the time. He comes, runs up, and he gets on his mother's lap, and he calls, and he grabs the phone from her, and he puts it to his head, and he goes, "Hey, Dad." And I'm like, "What's up, boy?" And he says, "Dad, when are you going to behave?" Right? He goes, I want to hold you, Dad. I want to play with you. Right? That right there. So, I brush it off, and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, son." And I tried because, hey, man, I'm a hardcore prisoner, man. Hey, we don't show emotions, man. We're stiff, right? And so visit ends. I go back to my cell. I'm in there, and man, that's just playing in my head. And that planted the seed right there. That right there opened my eyes and showing, hey, you know what? I'm hurting the people that I love outside. So years transpired, and I started searching and looking, and I was opening up to trying to find God and trying to find a way, or trying to just realize what, how can I make a change, right? And I went through a retreat, and it opened my eyes. Years passed, and I was still being a knucklehead or whatever, and it wasn't until I got invited to it was an Acts retreat back then before it changed over to Kobe, and I got invited to one. I got told about it, and so I was like, yeah, man, hey, that sounds interesting, man. And my brother Izzy over there, man, he's the one that told me about it and everything. So I decided, yeah, I'm interested, man. I want to go. So I attended. And through the process of the retreat, man, I came home. I felt the love. I felt the warm embrace. I felt I was drawn. And I was like, man, this is what I've been missing. Because throughout the years in prison, we have family, but they're distant, they're far away, right? We can't have that relationship that we want with them. So we desire that. And this community, man, became my family, because even though I started attending mass regularly after that, and I started attending classes, and I started helping out with the RCIA and being a part of the community, I still kind of, stubbed my toe and made mistakes. And one of those mistakes, well, it led me back to a few years in SEG. And in those years in SEG, you're alone. You're by yourself. You're locked in a cell, and if it wasn't for the compassion of these volunteers, if it wasn't for them being willing and open to visit with us, those were my visits. Those were my connection to my community. That was what I looked forward to weekly, because they would come back and they would spend time with us, man. If it wasn't for brothers like Dr. Jerry here, that would spend his time to go back there and visit with us. God, man, or Larry, when he would swing around every now and then, come by and drop off the assignments, that would really, that was like the highlight of my week. And that showed, hey, you know what? You're human, It was rough, man. It was, but I thank God for them, because serving as a volunteer, man, y'all, it's true. Y'all are the only Bible that us as inmates see. Y'all are the relationship. Y'all are what keep us. Y'all show us God's love. Y'all share that with us. For years, man, these volunteers, they became closer than blood. They became closer than family. Hey, I got, participating with this, man, and getting to know people like my Deacon Roger and Accident Art, and these guys that would come in and they're regular. Us as inmates, we see that as family. We see y'all as family. We're drawn to y'all, and we see that because y'all are giving us God's love. Y'all are sharing that with us, and we need that. My greatest desire right now is, as soon as I'm able, to go back and do the same, because I've been there. Y'all don't know how much that y'all affect us, and we become driven, through Christ's love and through y'all, and I'm just so grateful for that, man. It is truly a blessing to be here, man. And being able to connect with y'all afterwards, with my Kobe brothers, and with I'm out and I'm here, and hey, some of the greatest people I've met, some of the greatest people I've been with, and that have helped me and reached out to me as soon as I stepped out them doors, were these brothers. And we need to continue to do that, because as we prisoners come out of prison, hey man, we don't want to fall back to old ways and old people and everything. We want to continue with the people that showed us that love and showed us that and show us that drive. That's the main thing for us, man. But I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Truly, I do, man. God bless each and every one of you. It's like I said, it's been an honor and a blessing to be here. It truly is. Thank you.